A supposed comet is catching the attention of some of the nation's most renowned scientists, as one Harvard professor is raising the theory this may actually be a piece of alien technology.
An object that is revolving millions of kilometers away from the Earth, and which scientists were considering a comet till now. But new information has shaken everyone. Yes, we are talking about 3I/ATLAS. Initially, it was considered a simple interstellar comet, but now data has come out which suggests that perhaps it is not a comet at all. From here the suspense begins, because the question arises that what is this? Is it a special object from another star system? Or is it evidence of some unknown technology, which we have not yet properly identified? Scientists are also surprised because its movement and shining patterns do not look like a common comet. And if it is not really a comet, then this discovery can completely change our understanding of the universe. This is not just another story of space, but perhaps a secret that can give a glimpse of life or some other civilization outside the Earth. To know the truth, we will have to open the layers of this object. And believe me, when you listen till the end, you will feel that 3I/ATLAS is not just an object, but can also be a message for humanity. So stay connected with us, because further we will tell you the secret which was probably hidden from you till now. But before moving ahead in the video, subscribe to the channel so that you can be the first to see such videos. At first, everyone thought that it would be an ordinary comet, but as data started coming about it, the story started changing. This is 3I/ATLAS, a mysterious space visitor. Initially, it was considered a comet because it seemed so by looking at its brightness and path. But now, new information has forced scientists to think, is it really a comet or something else? And this is the question that is going around in everyone's mind today. If it is not a comet, then what is it? Is it an ordinary stone from another constellation, or a message sent by some unknown civilization? It is this suspense that makes this object different from all the rest, and that is why the eyes of the world are fixed on it. Now, let's go to the story behind it. 3I/ATLAS was discovered in 2019, and it was noticed by the ATLAS survey telescope. The full name of ATLAS is Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. This is a special kind of telescope network installed on the island of Hawaii, whose job is to catch such objects in the sky, which pass near the Earth and can become a threat. When this telescope saw this new object, initially scientists considered it an ordinary interstellar comet. Actually, its brightness and its long tail-like shape gave the impression that it is a comet, like we have seen many times before. That is why it was named 3I/ATLAS. Here, 3I means that this is the third interstellar object, which was found in our solar system. Before this, two more interstellar visitors had been found, Oumuamua in 2017 and I Borisov in 2019. There was another reason behind calling it a comet. Whenever scientists see a new object and see a glowing layer of dust, ice, or gas in it, it is considered a comet. The initial data of 3I/ATLAS also showed the same thing, as if there was a light hazy cloud around it, which we call coma. This was the reason why scientists did not have any doubt, and they immediately put it in the category of comet. But gradually, when more observations were made, things started becoming clear. Talking about the name, ATLAS is the name of its discoverer telescope. That is, the credit for seeing it goes to the same system. Another interesting aspect related to this is that its full name tells its story in itself. 3I, the third interstellar visitor, was discovered by the ATLAS survey and was tagged as a comet because it appeared as such in the initial data. But today the question has arisen that perhaps it is not a comet, but something else, whose real identity remains a mystery till now. Imagine, in our scientific world there are categories for everything: comet, asteroid, planet, moon. But what if something does not fit into these rules? This is the problem with 3I/ATLAS. The initial identification was easy, but as more details came to light, things started getting confusing. This is why scientists are now avoiding calling it just a comet and are constantly doing new research about its real nature. Now the question is to you, if 3I/ATLAS is not really a comet, then what is it? Is it a cold rock that was wandering for billions of years? Or some technology made by some other civilization, which accidentally came to us? What strange things were found in the new observations and data? When 3I/ATLAS was first seen, everyone thought it was a common comet. But the real story began when more in-depth data was collected about it. From here, the game changed. The patterns of this object, which was initially considered a comet, gradually began to look different from normal comets. First of all, let's talk about speed. Usually when a comet moves in our solar system, its speed is within a fixed range. But 3I/ATLAS was moving so fast that scientists started getting suspicious. Its speed shows that it did not come here just due to the gravity of the solar system, but it came from somewhere outside, i.e., from interstellar space. Its speed was recorded to be more than 30 kilometers per second, which was quite different from normal comets. This unusual speed made it clear that it was not a local object. Now comes the matter of brightness. Every comet starts shining brighter as it comes closer to the sun, because the heat melts the ice in it, and the gas and dust come out and form a bright tail. But the pattern of 3I/ATLAS was a bit wrong. Its brightness was constantly changing, that too without any fixed pattern. Sometimes it would suddenly become brighter, and sometimes very dim. Scientists felt that this change was not like that of a normal comet, but there was something else wrong with it. Then came the most surprising part, the absence of gas. The biggest identity of comets is that they release their ice and gas as soon as they come closer to the sun, which forms their tail. But this was not clearly seen in the case of 3I/ATLAS. It did not have as much gas and dust as is expected from a comet. This raised a big question. If it did not have gas and dust, then how did it become a comet? Is it some other kind of object, which we have never seen properly before? Then comes its movement pattern. When astronomers studied the trajectory of 3I/ATLAS in depth, they saw strange things in it. There were small changes in its direction and speed that were difficult to explain only by gravity. Usually the gravity of planets, stars, and the sun determines the trajectory of an object. But such changes were seen in 3I/ATLAS that indicate that this is not happening only due to gravity. Some scientists called it non-gravitational acceleration. That is, it seemed as if some other force had pushed it. All these things, high speed, strange brightness, lack of gas, and unique movement, together take 3I/ATLAS out of the category of a normal comet. From here, doubts began to deepen in the minds of scientists that perhaps it was hasty to call it a comet. Now you think, when an object behaves so unusually, questions arise automatically. Some scientists even said that perhaps this is not an ordinary natural body. Could it be debris or technology left behind by another civilization? Although this idea is still just a theory, the root of doubt in it is the strange data we got from this object. Why different from comet? Whenever we talk about a comet, a special picture is formed in our mind, a glowing body with a long tail extending behind it. This tail is actually made of ice and dust particles, which melt due to the heat of the sun and come out. Comets are often called dirty snowballs because they contain ice, dust, and gas. When they come inside our solar system and reach near the sun, their real beauty is visible. Their tail can be millions of kilometers long, and this is the reason why comets always look different and attractive in the night sky. But now, when we look at 3I Atlas, the picture gets a little messy. Scientists initially called it a comet, but as the observations increased, it was understood that it did not have the special features that are found in every comet. The first difference is the pattern of the tail. Normal comets start releasing their ice and gas as they come near the sun and form a bright tail. But that tail was not clearly visible in 3I Atlas. There was a slight blur in it, but not so much that it could be considered the identity of a comet. It was as if the object wanted to hide its secrets, did not want to show us the whole truth. The second big difference is the level of gas. When comets heat up, water ice, carbon dioxide, and other gases are released from them. We can detect these gases through telescopes. But in 3I Atlas, the emission of such gases was found to be very less. It seemed as if it did not have those things that make a comet a comet. This is the reason why scientists suspected that it was not a comet, but perhaps an object of some other category. The third difference is the pattern of brightness. Normal comets gradually start shining more as they come near the sun. The graph of their brightness is somewhat predictable. But the brightness of 3I Atlas was very strange. Sometimes it would suddenly increase. Sometimes it would decrease. There was no fixed pattern in it. It seemed as if this object was shining on its own will without following any scientific rules. The fourth difference is movement and trajectory. The trajectory of comets, i.e. the path, is usually affected by the gravity of the sun and the planets. But 3I Atlas showed small changes that were difficult to explain by gravity. It seemed as if some other force was working on it. This is very rarely seen in comets. The fifth difference is the question of age and structure. Comets are called the time capsules of the solar system because they have remained the same for billions of years as they were formed in the beginning. There is a thick layer of ice and dust on their surface. But this layer was not visible in 3I Atlas. It seemed as if this object had already gone through a difficult journey, and that ice and dust had disappeared to a large extent from it. Now think, when an object does not match the most important characteristics of the definition of a comet, like tail, gas emission, regular brightness, and normal trajectory, then how right would it be to call it a comet? This is the reason why scientists are now questioning its real identity. So the simple thing is that the difference between Comet and 3I Atlas is clearly visible. Comets are always recognizable by their shining trail and gas clouds, whereas 3I Atlas has wrapped itself in mystery. Both its movement and look are so different that calling it a comet may prove to be hasty. And this is the reason why today 3I Atlas has become not just an astronomical object, but a puzzle. A puzzle that has forced us to think that perhaps there are still objects in our universe that we have not really recognized. The mystery of an interstellar object? Imagine if something is not from our own solar system, and yet suddenly comes here. How mysterious it would look. The same thing happened with 3I Atlas. When scientists saw its speed and trajectory, it became clear that it is not a part of our Earth or our solar system. Its path was clearly showing that it is not an object bound by the gravity of our Sun, but is a guest from some other constellation far away. That is, 3I Atlas is an interstellar object, a body that has come from outside our solar system. Now just think, how big a deal this is. Our universe is filled with billions and trillions of stars, and every star will have its own planets and comets. If any piece of them comes out towards us and enters our area, then it gives us direct proof that we are not alone. The universe is very big and complex. We have received such guests even before 3I Atlas. In 2017, an object named Oumuamua came. Oumuamua's name is derived from the Hawaiian language, which means the first scout from afar. It also came from outside our solar system, and its shape was very strange. It was shaped like a long, thin cigar, and its movement was so strange that scientists even said that perhaps it could be a spacecraft left by an alien civilization. This theory was much discussed at that time. After this, another object was found in 2019, which was called 2I Borisov. It looked exactly like an ordinary comet, and its pattern was also similar to that of comets. That is, it had everything: gas, ice, and tail. The only difference was that it also did not come from our solar system. Now comes the turn of 3I Atlas. It is different from both of these. Neither the cigar-like shape of Oumuamua was clearly visible in it, nor the clear comet-like activity like Borisov. Rather, it is like a mixture. It has some comet-like things, but is not completely a comet. This is the reason why there is most mystery about it. When scientists came to know that the path of 3I Atlas is a hyperbolic orbit, that is, a path which is not bound by the gravity of any planet or the sun, then it was definitely understood that it has come from outside. Hyperbolic orbit means that this object has come to our solar system only to pass by and will then go away. The sun cannot bind it in its orbit. This quality is the identity of every interstellar object. Now, the question arises that why do such objects come? The answer to this is that planets, asteroids, and comets keep colliding continuously in the universe. When a big explosion occurs, their pieces get separated and wander far and wide. Some pieces keep moving in their system, and some are thrown out with such force that they get out into the interstellar space. And any of these pieces can reach our solar system after wandering for millions and crores of years. 3I Atlas is probably one such traveler. But the difference is that after seeing objects like Oumuamua and Borisov, scientists easily understood their category. They called Oumuamua an interstellar asteroid and Borisov an interstellar comet. But the problem with 3I Atlas is that it does not fit completely in either category. This is the reason why there are more discussions and debates about it. It is worth thinking that if we have found 3 interstellar objects till now, then perhaps we will find more in the future. It is possible that millions of such objects are wandering in the universe, and gradually we will be able to identify them. And every time we will know some new secret. Suspicion of alien technology? Whenever any mysterious thing is related to space, there is bound to be a debate among scientists. The same happened in the case of 3I Atlas. As soon as this object was discovered and its strange data came to light, astronomers and researchers from all over the world became interested in it. Everyone has their own opinion, and this opinion makes this story more exciting. Some scientists believe that 3I Atlas is just a piece of interstellar dust or stone, which got separated from some collision or explosion in a distant constellation and now has reached us after traveling billions of kilometers. According to them, there is nothing supernatural in it. It is also a space traveler like Oumuamua and Borisov, only its structure and pattern is different. According to them, every interstellar object can look slightly different from each other because they come from different places and are formed in different conditions. On the other hand, some astronomers consider it a new category of object. That is, it is neither completely a comet nor an asteroid. Rather, perhaps it is a celestial body of a new category, which we have never seen properly before. These scientists say that the universe is so vast that our definitions till now are incomplete. It is possible that objects like 3-Eye Atlas teach us that we need to add new categories to our science books. But from here, the story becomes more interesting, because some scientists and experts have a completely different opinion. They believe that the strange patterns seen in 3-Eye Atlas, such as changing the trajectory even without gas, the unusual brightness and its mysterious speed, all this cannot be due to any natural reason. Seeing such patterns, the suspicion of alien technology arose in their mind. This theory is not new. When Oumuamua was first found, even then the famous astronomer Avi Loeb had said that it could perhaps be an abandoned spacecraft or light sail of an alien civilization. They argued that Oumuamua's speed and direction cannot be explained by gravity alone. Rather, it seems as if some other force has affected it. Now, similar things are being seen in 3-Eye Atlas, so some experts believe that this too could be a thing made by some civilization.